What I've been trying to fight, I guess, in the writing world is the idea of good writing. That's going to seem like heresy to a lot of the writers around me. There's part of me that's a clown, kind of a troll. I'm kind of like taking a pin and popping the balloon or I'm trying to, of people who are kind of like capital W writers. And like, that's how they've been able to climb in the world and kind of like crap on others. I think that there's something about taking a pin and like popping the idea of what counts as good writing, because that also opens up a space for things that don't normally get to count as proper literature, proper fantasy writing. And there's so much that's possible within fantasy writing and literature that is not taken seriously by the powers that be, the literature that controls the levers of respect.
Do you see the self-publishing market as the pen?
I think it can be. Like in the same way that, for example, once upon a time, film purists were like, digital video is never going to replace old film. I think that self-publishing doesn't get the respect that it should be accorded. The reason is this. Traditional publishing likes to think of itself as the only game in town. Once upon a time, that was an illusion that was much easier to maintain. But given the success of self-published writers, I think that it's much harder to make that argument. And the thing is this. For writers who want to believe that their only job is to write this like beautiful like thing, this product, and then to hand it over to someone else to take responsibility for putting it out in the world, that's like a huge dream of being, I am the craftsperson who works on the beautiful thing. I will not sully my hands with the market and like all this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, it feels more pure to hand it off to this apparatus, this publishing apparatus that is going to go prove your worth in the world. And the publishing apparatus has a huge incentive to pretend that it's the only game in town. But self-publishing is taking into one's own hands, who am I doing this for? Because I got to look them in the face. They're going to be commenting on my stuff. I'm going to be putting this stuff out there. If I don't push my stuff out today, there's no one else that's going to do it. It's that direct connection that I think I've always wanted out of literature. I didn't want to be alienated from them. I didn't want them at arm's length. For some writers, they don't even want to think about their audience. They don't care. They might not say this, but they don't want to dirty their hands with like people who are right in front of them reading their stuff. Like, I think for those people, it might even be too low to be a reader of other people's work. What they're in it to do is to just produce, to be writers, not even readers, just writers. If you have everyone doing that, it's going to be destructive to literature. If you go to like, let's say a reading or something like that, everyone in the audience is a writer. Not a single one of them are readers.
On the booktube community, you listen to analysis. People analyze like books you've read and even some books you haven't read, but just seeing the perspective of a reader as an aspiring writer myself, exposing myself to that, I learned so much about the different directions that writing can take every individual mind.
Real quick, let me ask you a question. Does fantasy have to be escapist? I don't think so. Fantasy has a lot of potential, and on this video Andrew Ray and I spoke about that, the potential of fantasy. So check it out. Check out Andrew's socials, check out Ray's socials. Stay epic and peace.